Okay, welcome back. I'm going to be looking at the properties associated with this brand new guide we just did. So I'm going to do the properties. So what do you want to call this thing? Kind of makes sense. The deployment. Obviously, we want this guy to be assigned to a user. Uninstalled when it falls out of scope. I don't need that. Do not display. I don't need that. Install this application and log in. No. But here's one I do need to change. The installation user interface options. If you have a thing that is not, like I have digitally signed this package, but my signature alone is not sufficient for the machine to go, wait a minute, this is totally safe. And so I had to go to basic interface options. And there's some other things, about knowing languages and blah, 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 blah. All right, upgrades. If I had version 4 and I want to deploy version 5, I would just add a package onto this. And so it would just layer them in, install the first one and the second one on top of it. Kind of cool. And whether or not you want to, just get rid of the old one and start over from scratch. Categories. This is just to make things pretty in the add remove thing, in the control panel. It serves no real purpose other than looking cool. Modifications. If a package is complex, particularly like if it's an exe file, I may have to go, run this command and then do something else and then do something else and then install and do some cleanup afterwards. Just a series of steps you have to do. Okay. And then security. So you might think, oh, well, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change this so that only the security group for the developers can do this. There's no reason for that. There's no reason to change the permissions on the actual GPO itself because they're the only one being offered, right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to hit the OK button. So now the next thing I need to do is to launch my my workstation and see what happens. Okay, is that what we're supposed to do? So give me a second to get that up and running. Okay, here I am at my workstation. I'm going to log in as Sally Jones, CIS4376, 2022. And since this guy is not a very big package, you're not going to see any change, right? So there I have an icon. Yay, I've got an icon. I'm going to go to my normal, just and I have a new guy here in my start menu, right? Okay, cool. Right? All right. So I don't have any file associations with this thing. Hey, by the way, let's go see if it shows up in the add remove thing in the control panel, which is kind of an odd story because it in theory should show up in this little section right here that it says install a program from the network. And so that means I don't have to go directly to here. I could just do it from here, right? That'd be one way of doing it. So again, the organized thing, that would be that list of categories. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I'm Sally Jones. This is the first time I've ever logged into this particular computer because this is not my computer. I'm visiting a friend over in the accounting department. And so I'm just going to double click on this guy and it's going to fire up the installer. And I've got my calculator up and running. Ta-da! That's kind of sort of the way that works. So now, whenever I log into this machine ever again, it's not going to install it a second time. Come on, right? You figured this out. It's going to just run, right? Okay, good. Now, this is how it's done. Typically not to a user, but in this case, it kind of sort of made sense. Okay? All right, that's everything you need to know, I think, about how to deploy software through Active Directory. I'll see you guys in the next video.